All right, so today is the first day of our big freezer meal cooking weekend. And so my little helper,
and my cousins are going to be here.
Yes, my little helper Isla, we are going shopping this morning and we're going to get all the rest of the things that we need for our big shopping weekend.
When my cousins come, we are going to do some more of the parts. And I'm going to surprise them so you'll see me nowhere. Like this.
Okay, so as soon as little Missy buckles in, we're gonna head off. So we just got back from shopping and we've got everything we need now, I hope, for our long weekend of freezer meal cooking because it's already September. It'll be fall and winter before you know it, and it'll be really great to have all of these meals in the freezer so that we can use them this fall and this winter. When I come home from work or I don't feel like cooking, I can just pull something out and make it, and that will be so easy and so fabulous. So we are going to sort through all of our things, get the cold stuff put in the fridge, and then we're going to get our coffee.
Yeah, you sound tired with your breath.
I know, I'm out of breath. We're gonna get our morning drinks, and then we're gonna start on the first video, which is freezer breakfast meals. So we're gonna get all this stuff put away and we'll be back.
Bye. Well, not bye. Excuse me for a moment. I'm gonna go get my coffee.
Okay, so today we're gonna do some breakfast items. We are going to make some waffles. We're gonna make some breakfast sandwiches using these croissants. We're gonna make some breakfast burritos. And I think that might be it for the breakfast stuff. I think. Okay, so we're gonna start with our waffles because somebody's hungry. So I will link this recipe
in the comments.
In the comments, you're right, in the description box. But this is a homemade recipe using oats for part of your flour. And I just made up a bunch a while back, wrote the extra ingredients and the instructions on top. So I'm just gonna follow that. So I've got my waffle iron heating up.
I guess you eat all this stuff.
No!
Okay, welcome back to Harvest Moon Farm, or welcome to Harvest Moon Farm if you're new. On this channel, we focus a lot on cooking and baking, gardening, food preservation. We do some decorating of the homestead. We deal with our animals.
And if you're new, we will always, or maybe not always, have a holiday YouTube video.
We will have holiday YouTube videos. Okay, but today we're gonna make some breakfast. Okay, so we're gonna use 2 cups of our mix. Okay, pour that. So there's one.
Don't fly off the chair.
Two. And let me just see how much I have, because we will either double or 1.5 times this recipe. So there's 1.5. Okay, we have enough to double it, and then I'll make some more of this mix up later. So we're gonna double it. So yeah, it's hot. You want me to put some cold water in it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So this mix, this dry mix, is made with some partially ground up oats, and it has the baking soda or baking powder, salt. It has all that stuff in it to make the dry mix. This is really nice. It also uses protein powder. So like I said, I will link this recipe below, but this is one that I came up with. It does have a little bit of natural sweetness to the waffles. So if you don't like to add syrup, or you want to use fruit or something, it does still have its own little bit of natural sweetness. So I'll have to make up some more of this, but we're going to add, we need 2 eggs for each recipe. So we need 4 eggs.
Can I crack?
Oh, I do. Okay, let me get you a bowl though.
I'm gonna use. Can I use this thing?
Go ahead.
Can I use this thing?
You can. So you just crack your egg in the bowl one at a time, and we'll add it to our recipe. And then put your shell in here. I'm gonna move your coffee so we don't get egg in it. Put your shell in here, and then you can dump that.
Yes. No. Fraction water.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll dump that in our bowl. Oh, that fly was trying to get in my ear. Here we go. Here, let's move your coffee so I can just set this over here so that everything's... Okay, so we need 4 altogether, but just do 1 at a time. So while Isla's getting our eggs in our mix, I'm gonna go ahead and start preheating our oven. Our waffle oven's hot. We are going to start, I'm gonna preheat my oven because we're gonna cook some bacon in the oven because it's way less messy that way. So I'm gonna get it started. I think I normally cook it at 375, so that's what I'm gonna start it at. Is that 4?
1, 2, and then just 1 more.
We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Then there's this one.
Okay. That one look okay?
Nope.
Ooh, yeah, no, that one. We'll just dump this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, just get the other one. This is why we crack them in a bowl.
Yeah. It's flat. Hope yours is.
That one's good? Okay.
Yep, he's good. Oh no.
So we get us a towel. So you can dry your hands on it. What's in it? Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm a crazy child.
You are a crazy child. Alrighty. We don't need any more eggs for a while.
We gotta just.
Okay. So now we're gonna add 3 cups of milk.
Let me do it.
Okay, I just have to get the container. There's a towel.
This is great at me. Math is really easy.
You like math?
It's easy.
Good.
Can you scoop the bowl more?
I will. Alright, so there's our 3 cups of milk. Good job. And then we need 1 cup of melted butter. So 1 cup is the same as 2 sticks. So I'm going to get this in a bowl.
Look what I did.
And we'll get this melted. Okay, so pull that bottom drawer open. And in that box right there, there's a little white folded up paper. That one right there. That's parchment paper. You want to give me this? Okay, thank you, ma'am. So I'm going to put parchment paper on my little cookie sheet here. And then I'm going to just lay the bacon out on that. Oh yeah, they are. Never mind. Okay, so we're just going to lay it out like that on this sheet. So a lot of my cookie sheets are in my freezer already with stuff on them, so we'll just use this pizza pan. Okay, you go ahead and fill that. All right, our butter is not quite melted. All right, our oven's preheated, our waffle iron's preheated.
Everything's preheated.
I think our butter's finally melted. Okay, put it on this side. Yeah,
Yay.
okay, so I'm gonna go throw that away. All right, so I'm just gonna put this in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes and we'll just check it and make sure that it's not burning. All right, so we've got our cup of melted butter here. Now I'm gonna just stir this.
Yeah.
One thing about this recipe, depending on how much you grind up your oats, I usually try to make mine just kind of chopped up. Here, let me do it, honey. Just chopped up a little bit. If you try to use a whisk, it will get stuck. I learned that the hard way. But this one is not, this last batch, I had the oats ground up a little bit more. Okay, stir it up. You want to make sure the egg gets all mixed in. Whoa. Okay, let's see. I think we're good. Just make sure we don't have anything dry on the bottom. Alrighty.
Waffles don't take long to cook. I said waffles don't take long to cook.
No, they don't. And I feel like this is really runny. Did I do something wrong? 4 cups of mix, 4 eggs, 3 cups of milk, 1 cup of butter. Why is that so runny?
What do you mean?
See how it's kind of runny
What's so
and not thick?
Yeah.
Oh well, it'll probably still be good.
Because it's just waffles.
I know, doesn't it smell delicious?
I wish you guys could smell it. Here, smell it, smell it.
I don't think they can smell it.
When they make it, they can smell it.
That's right. All right there, Missy?
Yeah, we were only gone 3 seconds.
And you're choking to death? Oh my goodness. Don't do that. What will I tell your dad when he comes tomorrow to get you? And I'll say,
Tomorrow?
"Ooh."
Oh, yeah.
You're going to spend the night again tonight?
At least I get a whole day
I
here.
know. But it'll be tomorrow afternoon when he comes. All right. So here's our first batch of waffles. Ouchie. They're very hot. In case the ouchie wasn't a good clue. All right. You want 1 or 2?
I'll do 2.
Okay. Oh, I ripped that one. Sorry.
This one.
Want syrup? Ooh, ouchie.
I got syrup right here.
Okay.
Okay, good one.
Yeah. All right. So while our bacon cooks and while we finish our waffles, I'm going to go ahead.
If you're new, like she said, you'll hear a dog, the dog a lot.
Yeah. He's outside and he's mad because we're all in here without him. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start slicing up this sausage for our croissant breakfast sandwiches.
Oh.
Well, it gets a thumbs up from the granddaughter, so. All right, oven's going off, so let me go check the bacon. I don't think it's done yet, but let's check it. So we'll do another 10. So I'm going to cut this into slices, and then I think I'm going to try and get them closer to the shape of the croissant. Some of these might need a little more. This needs a little more.
Are you trying to make a croissant sandwich?
I am. And I've got 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4,
12?
5. Yeah, there's 6 in each package.
Oh, I thought 12 of those.
Oh no.
I'm like, huh?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think they would say that too. Like, 12 of those? What?
And then the rest of what's in that tube I'll just fry up in crumbles for the breakfast burritos. So I'm heating up my cast iron and I'm going to go ahead and start frying up these little sausage patties. Alright, so the bacon isn't done, but I'm going to go ahead and swap the trays swap the racks that they're on. Alright, so I'm just swapping racks with this bacon. And I did go ahead and drain a little of the grease off.
It's chicken balls.
So I'm finishing up the last of the sausage patties. I'm pressing down them to make them as thin as I can get them. So I've got these last two or three, these last two that need to be kind of finished cooking. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the rest of that tube of sausage over on the other side and start cooking it up into the crumbles that we will use in our breakfast burritos. So I'm just going to squeeze that out and start cooking it in this other side of the pan. And I do have another tube of that sausage. It's still partially frozen. It had been in the freezer. It was one that I bought that I already had in the freezer, and the one that I was cooking already was one that I bought this morning when Isla and I went shopping. So this one that's still partially frozen, I'm just kind of scraping the thawed meat off and continuing to cook it down. And then whatever sausage that I don't use in the breakfast burritos will get used in something else. I'll probably put it in a baggie and put it in my freezer.
All right, so our sausage patties are done. I've got some of the rest of the sausage in there just cooking into crumbles. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and make up my eggs. So I'm going to scramble some eggs in here, and I'm going to cook them in the oven in this. We're going to add a little salt and pepper. Going to get that out of there. Not a lot of salt because we've got the sausage and cheese that we're going to have on there that will be salty. So. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and spray this. Then we're going to pour this on here and stick it in the oven. This first batch of crumbled sausage is done, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in this bowl. And I'll go ahead and just pop the rest of this in here. It's still partially frozen. I had this one I already had. It was in my freezer and I put it in the fridge to start thawing last night, and it's still a little partially frozen. Get that in there, get that cooked up. And my helper ran off to study her Spanish, so she'll be back. So we'll go ahead and let the rest of this bacon crumble, cook up. I'll mix up my next batch of egg mixture. And then when all the eggs are done, we'll go ahead and start putting together our sandwiches.
Yeah.
I gotta fill up every little square.
That's what I do.
That's what Grandma does. Grandma loads hers.
That's who I learned it from.
That's because Grandma knows the best way.
Ever used to do that.
Grandma knows the best way to put syrup on your waffles.
Grandma uses syrup for her chocolates.
I do, because it's good like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start these breakfast sandwiches.
Give me with that thing there, or did you have it there?
No, I had it there, because it's hot.
We woke up at like something to do all of this.
So we're gonna start our sandwiches with, if I can get the package open, we're gonna start with some cheese. Do I need more sausage? Because I'll just, okay, because I'll just adjust the sandwiches and put bacon on them. All right, so
That's one, just a little bit.
I bought this sharp cheddar, and I'm gonna use a whole slice on each one. Because anything that needs cheese needs a lot of cheese. That's my personal opinion. Some people would disagree, but I know.
You will not.
I will not. And then our first batch of eggs should be almost done.
This is what we have right now. But she cleans up this. Whatever she did. This is what we have right now. She folds it, she puts it.
All right, Ashley needs a couple more minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the sausage patty.
I have one more.
Okay. And I'm gonna stick it in the middle of my,
Yeah, stab it.
I'm gonna stick it in the middle of my little sandwich here. So we're gonna have 6 with sausage, or maybe 7 with sausage, and then 6 with bacon. And then I will wrap these up in plastic. What do you think? Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap these in plastic wrap, and then I'll put them in a Ziploc baggie, and we'll put them in the freezer. And then when we want one, we can pull it out. We can pull it out the night before and stick it in the fridge, or we can pull it out that morning, throw it in the microwave, and it'll be
And guess what?
as good as new.
Yep. And it's Grandchildren Day.
It is Grandchildren Day. Okay, so I've marked one that it's sausage, I'll mark the other one that it's bacon, and then we'll be able to decide what we want when we're ready to pull these out. All right, so our eggs are done, and cooking them like that made them in a nice flat scrambled egg. So I'm just gonna flop a piece over, put the top on, and then we'll go ahead and do that to all of these. I'll get the next, I'll get the next batch of scrambled eggs going in the oven, and then we'll get our second batch made up, and I'll go ahead and wrap these. So, as I said earlier, this is going to be a whole weekend of freezer batch cooking. So, today we're doing our breakfast, and then we're going to do a batch that's primarily beef, and we'll do a batch that's primarily chicken. There will be some other things, but so make sure you keep an eye out for those videos that will be coming up shortly after this one. All right, so I'm going to get this second batch of the eggs in the oven, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this batch of sandwiches up. Now, I don't expect these sandwiches to last very long, so I'm just going to do plastic. If you're making them and thought that they might be in the freezer for 2 or 3 months, I would also go ahead and add a layer of foil. But these will probably get eaten in the next,
2 days.
not 2 days,
A week.
in the next couple of weeks. Because it'll give us both options for breakfast.
If you guys could have lived here and you have your children, she would cook good.
My little cheerleader here. Did you already learn all your Spanish?
Yep.
You did?
Not all of it.
Oh.
Watch out, 'cause it's gonna slip
I
out.
have to do like more.
All right, so I did watch a video, I don't know, not too long ago, where somebody was making some sandwich like this, and she put, I think it was honey mustard, on her sandwiches, and I thought, that sounded like it would be good. I didn't do that today, obviously, but honey mustard or spicy mustard, even just regular mustard, if you like mustard, I think would have been really good on these. All right, so we do have one piece of sausage left, so I'll leave this one open. Would you like to grab me another bag out of that bottom drawer? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese on this next set. Okay, so fold it in half and so it breaks. And then just lay it like that. Just kind of crisscross it so that it covers up the whole thing. Yep, perfect.
Now I let you pay attention because something happens to Grandma, you gotta come over here and make all this preparation.
Grandpa's crazy. He won't eat if something happens to me. He'll just lay around and cry. Cry. He'll be so sad. All right, so we got our waffles done too. Everybody ate breakfast. So we'll put all the leftovers in
Here.
in the freezer. And then we are still going to do one more breakfast item.
And sometimes we eat breakfast for dinner.
We do. Breakfast for dinner is awesome. Do you want any more waffles?
I don't know.
I had breakfast for dinner before.
It's good, isn't it? All right, and then when we're all done with the breakfast stuff, any of the bacon that's left or any of the crumbled sausage, I'm just gonna bag up and put in the freezer. That way, if we want it for some other meal, we'll have it ready. But while our eggs are finishing, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this crumbled sausage and get it all cooked up. And actually, we will probably use the rest of the sausage in some more of our freezer cooking meals later this weekend. So I'm gonna go get some potatoes out of the freezer so we can start mixing up our mixture for our breakfast burritos.
So they're right here now, as you can see. And we are gonna cook something else for breakfast.
So I just got
some butter.
a bag of hash browns.
Oh,
And you're so silly.
just follow
We're just going to get our hash browns in this butter, and we're just going to let these cook.
Whoa, that's a big clump of hash browns.
Yeah, it'll be fine though. They'll cook down. All right, so my sous chef is rolling up our bacon sandwiches. All right. We're gonna let these potatoes kind of brown up quite a bit.
And sit a little bit.
All right, so these potatoes do have some peppers and onions in them, but I'm gonna go ahead and add some more peppers. If I can get my bag to open.
You want to help you?
Oh, there I got it. All right. So these are some peppers that I bought, I don't know, a while back, maybe
A week ago?
no, it's been longer than that. That I just chopped up and froze. Yeah, so we're just gonna leave these peppers in here long enough to just kind of soften a little bit.
And please subscribe.
That's right, subscribe.
And it plays.
All right, so our potatoes are nice and brown, almost too brown, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those out. Put them in the bowl with the sausage.
Hey Grandma, there's a butter in there. I just got it out.
Okay.
Let's see.
get a little spray in our pan here so it doesn't stick and burn. All right, we're just gonna throw these eggs in here.
Oh, shit.
So we're gonna add a little salt and pepper. A little lighter on the salt than than we might, because our sausage is already salty. I salted our potatoes. Wait, did I salt our potatoes? I don't remember now. I think I did. So we're just gonna get these scrambled up, and then we're gonna add them to our sausage and potato mixture. And then we're gonna roll this mixture up into tortillas with some cheese. That is all cooked up. I'm gonna add it to my other mixture here.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just crunching up eggs and everybody.
All right, so I'm gonna stir up the sausage, potatoes, and egg and pepper mixture.
And I will be cooking my eggs.
My helper's playing with eggshells.
Because it's so satisfying to hear them crunch. I need more.
No, you don't need more eggshells.
I think this is enough.
Got my cheese here. And one of these was open. That one's open. Okay. I think this one. No. Okay. So I've got just some regular flour tortillas here. Oh. So I'm gonna lay out a sheet.
Oh my gosh. One more eggshell. Oh my gosh. No, I found an eggshell.
Oh my goodness. And lay a tortilla on it, put another sheet, lay a tortilla, so that I've got, whoops. So I've just got a little lasagna layer here, so I can just do an assembly line, or whatever, I don't know if that's technically an assembly line, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, they speak your language. Nice is mine.
All right, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put a little layer of this meat and cheese, or meat and veggie and pepper and whatever, and then we're going to put some cheese on top, and then I'm going to roll it up into a little burrito like that, and then stuff in the ends that I just rolled out, and then we're going to roll this up.
Put these all together and see how satisfying it.
Alrighty, there's our first burrito. Filling these up and rolling them until I run out of filling, and then we'll be done. We're just finishing up the last of the burritos. And then we can get everything else packaged up and marked, and then we'll be ready to go in our freezer. Excuse you! Crowd me out, girl. Oh, lost my filling. There we go. Okay.
You made a mess.
I did make a mess, but anybody who's watched my channel before knows I'm super messy. Can't help it.
You can't help that blender you used last time.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark these burritos, or the bags, I mean.
Burritos. Just yours fast.
And so I'm just putting on here
Oh my
breakfast
gosh,
burrito sausage. That's okay. So I know that that's what it is. I'm putting the date on here.
1 minute.
Okay, so we're gonna bag these up. I'll count them as we bag them, because I don't know how many I have. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
let's see here.
1, 2,
9, 10. No, we got to keep counting.
9, 10.
9, 10.
11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 15, 16.
Okay, so how many are left? 16. Okay, so we've got 22. So go ahead and put 11 in each package. And then we'll zip those up.
And we're ready to go.
Yeah, can you get it?
Ooh, cheese. Yeah.
All right, I want to put this cheese back in the fridge. Doesn't get all soft and yucky. Okay,
If you're-
so our leftover bacon, I've had it sitting on a paper towel so it's not quite so greasy. It is still kind of greasy.
So,
But I'm just going to,
the first thing you say is
there we
hello.
go. Okay, so we finished up all of our breakfast freezer meals. So we've got 22 breakfast burritos. We've got 6 each of our croissant breakfast sandwiches, 6 with bacon, 6 with sausage. We've got a little bag of pre-cooked bacon, and then we have the waffles that we didn't eat this morning. So
We ate some.
well, we ate some, yes. We're gonna put all that in the freezer, and then my husband and I will have a quick and easy choice for breakfast before work. So that will be really nice for both of us.
And they can just look and pick out their own meal and
right.
they can go.
That's right. All right, so I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with us this morning while we made all these breakfast items. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you keep on the lookout for the next video in this series, which will be the ground beef meals. And I will see you next time.
Please like and subscribe to my grandma's channel.
Thank you. Bye, guys.